All right, so today we're going to be talking about the planet Jupiter, and me, Avi, Keishan, Holden, and Frank, we all worked on it. So let's talk about the history. So in 1610, Galileo Galilei discovered Jupiter with a small telescope. In Roman myth, Jupiter was a god supreme. He cannot be ousted by the other gods. He ruled heaven and earth and all life, and Jupiter rarely left the heavens. He listened to the various advisors from his throne on high. The fates had no power in him. He might assist one of the other gods to make a decision, but the final word was always his. So let's talk about the number of moons Jupiter has. So there are currently 79 confirmed moons of Jupiter, and the most massive of the moons are the four Galilean moons, which were independently discovered in 1610 by the one and only Galileo and Simon. And they were the first objects to orbit a body that was neither Earth nor the Sun. And the four major moons of Jupiter are Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Callis.
So, if you actually wanted to go to Jupiter, how long would it take to get there from Earth? Going from Jupiter to Earth and back to Jupiter would be a mission that would take lots of time and complex arrangements. Jupiter sits between Mars and Saturn and moves in an elliptical direction, just like the Earth does as well. This means that at some points, Jupiter is only 365 miles from Earth, but at other points it could be 600 million miles away, which affects the time it would take to get there. However, based on the scientists' calculations, it would take approximately 2 to 6 years to arrive at Jupiter. And then, if you were somehow to live on Jupiter, how long would it take from the light from the sun to reach the planet? So, light travels at a speed of 299,742 kilometers per second, or around 186,000 miles per second. Based on the fact that it takes 499 seconds from light from the sun to reach Earth, we can calculate how long it takes to reach Jupiter. Based on this, we can infer that it takes about 43 minutes from the light from the sun to reach the planet of Jupiter.
All right, so what are some of the obstacles to a manned mission to this planet and colonization? NASA's Juno spacecraft was less than 3,000 miles from the gas giant's clouds. When Juno was approaching, the onboard computer detected something unexpected and went into safe mode. After this happened, the spacecraft shut down its cameras and reoriented itself towards the sun. Because of this, there was no data recorded and it was a disappointment to the Southwest Research Institute. The first 5 did you know facts. Even though Jupiter is the largest planet in the solar system, it is still the fastest spinning planet. The planet only takes 10 hours to complete a full rotation on its axis. When people say a planet with rings, everyone automatically thinks Saturn, but did you know that Jupiter also had rings? Jupiter also has the strongest magnetic field in the solar system. It's 14 times stronger than the Earth's. Jupiter has 79 confirmed and named moons, but it is estimated that the planet has over 200. Jupiter is also the fourth brightest object in the solar system, meaning you have probably seen it in the sky, but just didn't know what you were seeing. And then this is just a picture that I added of Jupiter. It shows some of the main moons and shows the rings as well.
So, and then the second half of the did you know facts. So, Jupiter is a gas giant, so the surface isn't solid, and the majority, if not all, of the surface is made of gas. And then there is a big red spot on Jupiter, which is a giant storm that is almost twice as wide as Earth itself. Also, the patterns on Jupiter are made of small ammonia crystals and sulfur, and under them it's just hydrogen and helium all the way down. So it's completely gas all the way down through the planet. And then Jupiter's moon, Ganymede, is the largest moon in the solar system. And finally, there are 8 spacecrafts that have visited Jupiter, including Voyager 1 and Voyager 2. Thank you for watching.